Hi everybody, B.R. Myers here, author of Asp of Ascension, which is coming out this July from Fierce Ink Press. And I'm just going to talk to you a little bit about the book. As the daughter of two famous archaeologists, 16-year-old Terry Hughes knows everything about ancient Egypt. But after an accident on a dig kills her mother and leaves Terry with a disfigured leg, her father moves them back to America to take a job in a floundering museum. But Terry is soon embroiled in a hunt for a missing artifact that she believes is linked to a local girl's disappearance. However, Terry's detective work soon proves lethal when she discovers the town's macabre agenda. The idea for Asp of Ascension came where I get all of my ideas, which is, of course, the island of misfit toys. No, I'm just kidding. The Asp of Ascension was actually a short story that was written for a contest. It was only 1,000 words, and it was called Night of the Asp. And that short story became the prologue of this longer story, and then we eventually threw it out because I don't really like prologues. But essentially, it was a story about how the underdog becomes the hero. And I grew up reading my brother's comic books, and I loved the whole idea of somebody who was just a regular Joe stumbling upon these powers and how they transformed either to a superhero or a supervillain. Because there's a little bit of a villain in every hero, and there's a hero in every villain. But it's not the power that makes them decide if they're going to be good or bad. It's the choices that they make. Because why does Peter Parker be good when he becomes Spider-Man? Why is Doc Ock evil? Why couldn't he have chosen to be good? These are things I find fascinating as a writer and a reader. The exciting thing about writing a mystery is that you know how it's going to end, but the reader doesn't. So in a way, you're kind of trying to fool the reader into putting the blame on a different character. And then, of course, at the end, when the villain does their monologue and they explain everything, that's that wonderful moment, especially as a reader when you go, oh, gosh, they got me. A perfect example of that is in Harry Potter and the Philosopher's Stone, when he makes it through and he discovers that it's Professor Quirrell who is trying to get the Philosopher's Stone and not Snape. And I apologize if I've just given it away to everybody, but the book has been out for about 15 years, so. That's one of those really great aha moments, and as a reader, I always look forward to that. I like readers to have their own idea or their own image of what the character is. When I describe the character, I don't usually depend a lot on physical appearance, but I like to use their dialogue, how they dress, what their favorite things are, how they carry themselves. However, that being said, I know it's a real visual world out there, and I do have a Pinterest board for Asp of Ascension where I've put up pictures of actors who I think resemble the characters in my mind. And there's also a playlist there as well. So it's great to look it up too. So if you go on my website, you'll find the link for the Pinterest for Asp of Ascension. A lot of people have been asking me about the title, Asp of Ascension. An asp basically is a snake, but in this case it also refers to a piece of jewelry. So the asp is like a bracelet that's the spiral of a snake, and it's worn high up on the arm. And if you'll notice, there's a lot of pictures in Cleopatra, and she's actually wearing one. An ascension is basically a rise to power or a rise to the throne. And when you read Asp of Ascension and you get to the end, you'll be like, oh, that's such a perfect title for it. That B.R. Myers is a genius. And a little bit of a warning, if you do read this book, you are going to learn something about Cleopatra.